No primary wins tonight for Florida Senator Marco Rubio, but the GOP presidential hopeful is confident that he will clinch a win in his home state when voters here in Florida go to the polls next Tuesday. Well, Jaguar fans, I know you have a lot to say, and here is your chance to sound off. We take selfies, right, to show off our best sides? But do you ever wonder why they make us look so weird? The world's busiest airport in Atlanta was shut down this afternoon after a report of a suspicious device. Shannon, that hearing just moments ago ended for day 3. It will continue tomorrow morning. The officer you're referring to, his name's Charles Baird. He sailed with Captain Michael Davidson previously on El Faro. Actually, he sailed with him when Tropical Storm Erica was passing through the area. This evening, the wife of a missing Navy chief officer is praying that the body found in the woods is not her husband. In Miami, because this is where the Coast Guard is heading up the mission to find any survivors who may be out there. Good evening, everyone. The Trump train shows no sign of slowing. No primary wins tonight for Florida Senator Marco Rubio, but the GOP presidential hopeful is confident that he will clinch a win in his home state when voters here in Florida go to the polls next Tuesday. Tonight, Senator Rubio made a campaign stop on the First Coast to rally support. Stephen Dial was at his event this evening. He joins us now live. Voters in Michigan, Mississippi, Idaho, and Hawaii all casting ballots today. And as we mentioned at the top of our newscast, Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump dominated the race in Mississippi. But as Steve Handelsman reports tonight, it's a different story in Michigan on the Democratic side. And this week, Chelsea Clinton will be here on our First Coast campaigning for her mom. Chelsea will be speaking at the All Saints Early Learning and Community Care Center this Thursday. That event starts at 5:30, and she's expected to talk about what is at stake for Floridians this election, including making college more affordable, gun violence, and how she says that her mother will break down the barriers holding Americans back. And our election coverage continues online. Live results as they come in on firstcoastnews.com. Well, do you know what to do if someone starts shooting at your workplace? Now, here are a few things to take away from this training demonstration. First of all, have a plan. Think about your options. And then practice. A lot of places have fire drills, but do you have an active shooter drill? We told you about the district saying that some guns were unloaded, even if there were bullets in the gun. Tonight, Clark Foraker spoke with the student's pastor who was in court today and says that the gun was brought to school for self-defense. St. John's River Ferry is set to reopen tomorrow morning. It passed its inspection today. It should be back to normal operating hours starting at 6 a.m. Well, some great news to share with you tonight about a boy here on the First Coast who was in the running to win a Specialized bike. Since our story first aired Tuesday night, Will Barkowski's family says they have been inundated with love and support. And today, a special surprise for a special boy. We caught up with Will as he was practicing his role as a pirate in an upcoming play.
Remember, why do you want this bike?
Because it's going to make me excited.
It's going to make you excited? So, because you can pedal around a lot?
Yeah.
So, I have a little bit of bad news.
What?
I checked my phone, and you didn't get the bike.
No.
I know. You got it. You got lots and lots of votes, didn't you?
Will Barkowski was heartbroken when he found out he did not win the Great Bike giveaway. The 7-year-old who has muscular dystrophy was desperately hoping he would get to have a specialized trike at home, just like the one he uses at school that he can pedal on his own. It's expensive, more than $1,000, too much right now for his parents to afford. But Will's heartbreak quickly turned to pure joy.
Mommy brought you bad news, but guess what I brought? You see that bike?
Yeah.
The same one you use at school?
Yeah.
Me and my friends are buying you whatever bike you want in whatever color you want.
Yay! Yay! That's exciting that people, that they're trying to get me, that they're buying a bike for me.
Chris Shee is Will's cousin and a partner with Mastercraft Builder Group and Florida Home Store. He helped rally support to try to get Will enough votes to win the contest.
I sent the email out. My business partner, Neil Singleton, came in my office and he said, listen, I don't care if he wins a contest or not. Every boy needs a bike. We're buying him a bike. This is our neighborhood. This is our community. These kids are our kids, and we should all be that way.
Since Will's story first aired, First Coast News has been flooded with calls from viewers wanting to help, many offering to buy Will a new trike.
We prayed for a miracle, and our definition of a miracle was, can we get 5,000 votes? And what God's delivered has been so far beyond.
Just seeing Jacksonville, I mean, they just came together for this child that they don't know, and just how can we ever top this? When Will was diagnosed 5 years ago, that, you know, We thought it was just going to be heartache and despair, but I mean, today we are celebrating. This is just fantastic.
And for Will, having a new trike at home means he won't have to be pushed around in a wheelchair.
Happy, excited.
A lot of high fives there today. And guess what? The good news doesn't end here. Those other viewers who graciously offered to buy a new bike for Will, well, many of them have generously offered to purchase new specialized bikes for other kids with special needs right here in our area who were also in the Great Bike Giveaway contest. But we still need more people to pitch in to help. So if you can help, email us at news@firstcoastnews.com.
You just helped get that kid a little bike.
Oh, such a
Nice
fun
going.
day. This is a case the First Coast News investigators have been looking into for more than a year now. And tonight, exclusive interviews with the accusers and also with the man who they are accusing. How many of you, as a child, spent the night in Craig Peoples' bedroom? How many of you, as a child, spent the night in Craig Peoples' bed with him? These 5 men, now in their 30s, say what Pax karate master Craig Peoples did to them when they were children is a dark secret they now want exposed.
He used the position that he held as the master to his advantage, and that's how he gained access.
Coming forward has been very difficult. I mean, everywhere I go, I'm like embarrassed. I don't know what people are thinking about me. I don't know if people think I'm lying or not, but I mean, I have nothing to gain from this except for knowing that I'm helping kids be safe.
I mean, it's still a struggle. I mean, there's nothing fun about it.
A district attorney letter to the Georgia Bureau of Investigation last year regarding the investigation into Peoples said there was sufficient evidence to proceed with criminal charges for acts involving multiple victims, but the state was barred from moving forward due to the statute of limitations.
This is extremely awkward and extremely hard to do, but somebody's got to do something or nothing will change.
This is the first time they have spoken publicly together about the sexual abuse they say they endured at the hands of the karate instructor.
Unfortunately, you know, it's a bond that, you know, love these guys, but it's not a bond I want. Not for these circumstances.
The lawsuit says they were between the ages of 9 and 19 when they were molested. All of them are junior Olympic medalists, and Peoples, they say, was the coach known in the PAX Federation for taking athletes to the next level.
He produced the most gold winners, and if you wanted to fight and you wanted to win, you had to go train at his school.
National team members, some of us U.S. Open, U.S. Cup, World Championships, all over the country, all over the world.
The complaint says parents allowed these sleepovers and out-of-town trips to occur because they trusted Peoples to care for their children. However, Peoples violated that trust and instead used these sleepovers and out-of-town trips to sexually abuse plaintiffs on numerous occasions.
He's the most senior master in the Federation, the most respected, you know, and we were the most respected athletes in terms of, you know, where we were in a fighting career, and so how could you say anything?
Peoples still owns 2 karate schools, one in Kingsland, Georgia, the other in Folkston. He adamantly denies the allegations against him.
Well, I've been teaching since I was 15 years old, so for 30 years, hundreds, thousands of students, children and adults, have went through our program, and I could give you lists this big of testimonials that I've received over the years.
He believes the district attorney's letter was politically motivated and that his accusers have ulterior motives.
30 years of my life, 30 years of building a business, building a livelihood, of helping people, is being just shredded, torn apart.
His attorney says they look forward to having their day in court because the allegations are false.
Why didn't they tell their friends or their family or anything else like that back 20 some odd years ago when it supposedly happened? The more important question is not why they come forward, why didn't they come forward?
I think there's financial motivation. I think there's personal vendetta.
Who's going to believe a teenage kid instead of somebody that's been here all of his life, building a reputation? And I mean, he knew everybody in the county. We're a small county.
it's something you never want to talk about. Who wants to admit to that? Who wants to be known for that?
It's a secret that you kept for yourself, and you don't think it's happening to anybody else, and you're strong enough to handle it on your own.
Now they say it's time for the truth to be known, and the Hidden Predator Act is allowing that to happen.
What justice is that he's not able to do that to any other children.
Now, Craig Peoples and his attorney sat down with us on Monday. They were not aware that the lawsuit had been filed until this afternoon when I called and told them. They tell me that they plan to countersue for defamation and slander. And the lawsuit filed today also names the AAU and Pax Karate, Inc. as defendants. And all of the defendants have 30 days to respond to the civil suit.
I would assume, I know you follow this closely, I would assume adding to how tricky this is a small community.
Absolutely.
So what's been the reaction there?
Very much a divided community. You have to understand that Craig Peoples is a beloved and respected karate instructor there in Camden County, here on the First Coast. And on social media, dozens of people have come out to support him. But then on the flip side, when you talk to these men who accuse him of molesting them, they tell a vastly different story of heinous crimes they say that he committed. And they have their supporters too. So definitely a divided community. And it will be up to our justice system to decide who is telling the truth.